So first off, right now, if you are in Neo, I obviously am still going to be holding here. You can hedge if this thing ends up coming back down, but otherwise we're holding the way that we should. I think it's waiting for news or something of that nature, but still a good candle close. Buyers are still hanging on. Tesla over here, obviously, if you took this with us today, if you held or re-entered, one of the two, it did just barely tapped. If you go and take a look at the chart here, it was right off the first red candle to your left. We punched back, and right now we are obviously reaping the rewards. I've trimmed a little bit out, but still waiting on that potential target up for the gap fill, which is 312, and maybe runners going up into the 315 area. In CLH wrapped up today for me. I have like a contract or two, but the trade is done. Good job if you did trade that one. There is more empty space up to 24. So if you are still holding on to a couple contracts, 10, 15 contracts, this does have a little bit left and a decent candle close for potential continuation to the upside. So still liking that one. Dow, I'm actually going to hold the rest of those contracts. I don't have a ton, but again, building a small box. I just want to see what it's going to do tomorrow. It did give us 3 rejections off the top. It's not necessarily enough quite yet, but it does have empty space underneath it for a pullback just to these wicks at 54.87, and that's where I'll make a decision on that one. Target shot back up today, which if you guys are still holding any of the longer expiration contracts, or if you have longer expiration contracts, this is a decent candle close. Now, I do have some concerns with this setup, being that, again, on a lower time frame, it probably can conclude it's a punchback, but here it's a pop breakdown retest, and this might have set up for a new box. Now that's the only alternative I see at the moment. If we can just open up outside of 105, then I think that 107.15 target, and of course 108, we can start making our move up to 112. But that was a perfect retest. And if you're gonna rip up this fast, you kind of need to keep your foot on the gas pedal. So, all right. We are officially at that halfway point, I believe, for Tesla, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, we just passed it. Never mind. All right. So let's see. Cover Mara because I know a couple of you guys might be watching this one. I ended up slipping into this one. Too cheap not to explore the $20 calls. I'm in the July 18th. It's got a gap up here to $20. Decent candle close. Obviously, I want the whole enchilada to $22. And that fills up the rest of that empty space, but of course has a couple of hurdles it needs to cross over in the meantime. And then Pepsi. A decent candle close on Pepsi. This one does have, again, like Target, the potential to continue this range with no guarantee of continuation. But if we can open up outside of 136 after these retests that we have received, I think it's not far-fetched at all. It's part of the plan to take it to 139, 38, and 140 for what I think is going to be a pretty decent gain. So, is that my doorbell?
Yo,
What's up? Yeah, Pepsi's back up to I regained some ground on that one as well. Uh Equity, here's the band. What's up? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Yeah, Target you could hedge for a pullback into 103s, but again, if you're still holding long, we'll see what tomorrow brings. A couple of equity things I'll just go over really quick. DNUT still building box, but hopefully tomorrow we can see a pop outside of this thing above that 346 high. Elf still hanging on. to the box below it, but didn't really receive the kind of bounce that we're used to seeing. This one could be hedged with options for a pullback into 107 and potentially all the way to 102. It's not a play. It's a obviously concerning those of you guys who are equity holders. All right. Meantime, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on Tesla. We're looking for the rest of that gap to get filled. If it does by the end of the day, which, you know, it's Tesla, it could see that. That's a automatic trim. Of course, I really see a
Hey,
channel
Potter, do
building.
you think that
What's
the
up?
320s are too far away to get some to IV?
You'd have to see a much stronger rip than what you've seen today. Much stronger. One of the things that's also concerning me, well, not concerning me, but I'm wondering is that 311.24 that we talked about today, is that channel that we've been operating in on the 30-minute and even the hourly. Obviously, I could see a wick outside of that 312. But if that's our target, I can't guarantee that we're going to grab that floor. If we grab the floor and we punch back over 316, absolutely. So I personally am looking at this one as a well, I would be looking at those contracts as like a potential, but it's more of a gamble when you're stretching that far out. So Bitcoin is ripping, yeah. So
I appreciate you.
yeah, no problem. All right, really quickly, 24-hour candle closes. We do have SPY outside of its previous candle closes. Our previous candle close. So again, it's going into all-time highs. That's all you guys. Go to the 4-hour, map out the previous high. When you're ripping into all-time highs, you want to see enthusiasm. If you see a lack of that or sideways action going into tomorrow, that's something to consider. But QQQ is going to be just a little bit behind, still staying in range, still with 3 rejections off of the top. We did nab that little hedge today, was pretty sweet. I ended up trimming a couple times off of that, but damn, did it bounce off a cost basis. And I know some of you guys caught that empty space at the upside, but of course this does put you up. I mean, honestly, y'all, you have to look at the potential for this tension to break. And that could be, again, into all-time highs where I cannot help, but above 557.12 on the hourly at minimum. You're looking at potential new highs. Today's low, in my opinion, will give you the floor, which is 550, period. So is an 8-day contract with TSLL for 14-day bad? Well, doing it now, I just don't think is a good idea. You want to buy before, right? That's a period. You want to try to get in before or right at that break, because when you're buying contracts, like let's say this thing gaps down tomorrow to 1090, you might be down 60%. Not because of the price reversal period, like just that, but just because of the fact that because it's ripping so hard, that volume will leave. And that volume is what gives that contract that inflated price. So, all right. Let's go ahead and drop your request as I cover this last IWM setup, which of course, if you guys did take this, it is closing flat up against cost basis. Okay, so that's not a question. It's one of the only stocks that hasn't gotten close to its highs. And if we're looking and being really specific in the most recent price action, there is empty space to 233.50. Right around there. 232, 230, 250, excuse me. So that's something that you could look at. Again, where's the empty space and how much is it, or is it worth it? I've just been kind of away from the ETFs just in general, personally, which has been working out really well. I don't know about y'all, but I don't care to try to figure out how high Qs or SPY is going to go. That's not my job. All right, let's go ahead and oh yeah, I did forget KSS. Sorry about that one. So we'll cover that one really quick because I'm sure a lot of you guys are watching this one. So the first break isn't always, guaranteed to be the it doesn't set in stone like, okay, we pulled back. But again, the question that we always ask at the end of the
Mm.
calm down, KSS. The question that we always ask is what is above and what is below. So where are we closing against the wicks? What is underneath us that we would have had to lose in order to be bearish? 942. So on a longer or higher time frame, this still looks pretty good. Now, yeah, it did retrace 50% of the way, and you can start to measure out what that might look like. So even if you did dip underneath 960, it would be here at 940, like I just said on that higher time frame, that you could see. There it is. You could see that pullback retest, and that's really what I would want to see here. Is I would want to see, and this is contrary to what most people want. Of course, we don't want to see straight lines, but if you pull back fast, that again, just like Target, right? Pull back fast, make that. I mean, you make it up fast. So Tesla only 200% on runner. Damn, I know that sucks. Yeah, we don't even talk about 200 percenters in here. That's gross. No, I'm just kidding. It's crazy when we do fall short, though. It's like, damn,
A loser.
what a loser. All right, let's see
That's what we
here.
call a scammer.
Yeah, scammer. So again, just to follow up on Neo, do you mind saying what you have? Yeah. Oh, what do I have contract wise? Oh Lord. So I'm out into the end of July, with $4 and 450 calls. I have July 18th, $4 calls. Um, that's about it. So this is a, even today, um, was a good spark, but I'm expecting something big. Sorry, I'll stop. I was gonna keep doing that until it got awkward. All right. Bad sense of humor. All right. So DKNG.
We're
Oh, huh?
I said we're behaving.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Shut up. Oh shit. uh, I mean, yeah. Do you, boo boo? It looks like 44, but 44, and of course, you got to regard the wicks in intraday, and those wicks are going to give you 44.71, but that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for it to blow past that level, so decent punchback though today. Uh, yeah. So KSS, like I said, you got it. Potential retest tomorrow for the bounce. Empty space underneath you. Keep that one on your watch list if you're still watching Snapchat. Again, the first thing that always ask is where's the fucking empty space? Right now, you're already having a hard time dealing with some of these minor resistances, but you did pull back and you did bounce, so you saved face in that way. 4 hour, I think you could probably trust the box up above, and the cost basis 4 hour candle close above 943. And unfortunately, you can only really look at 990 as the target to the upside. And again, empty space really, really lacking there. You could be looking at trading the channel and targeting that channel top, which, go for that. But empty space wise, yeah, 1040 would be my first target outside of your current area. So oh wait, hold on. TTD. Oh, I thought that was real. I was like, holy shit, I was right. Okay, so and I think we're still we're still looking at earnings to be a catalyst here. That's still in yeah, we still got a little whiles until that happens, obviously. That being said, you have a punchback, right? You have the potential setup for a punchback. I think because of its lackluster movement here, possibly tomorrow you could see that volume come in and really push that out. Just keep again, sometimes you'll build a box on cost basis, and that could be an odd variable. But I would just be looking to stay literally above that. not 75.21. So even if you came back and retest, that'd be fine. But I mean, look, it looks good. You know, don't overcomplicate it. WD-40.
WDFC.
Can't remember them all. Holy shit, earnings today? Oh, first question is, how do you respond? Dumpy? Rippy dump? Nothing? Rip dump? Weird dump? Weird rip, but rip. Good box. Dump rip. Rip. I don't know. This one seems a little borderline gamblish, and I think realistically it's like what's the setup? And oh, there it is. All right, so box up above. Kind of a box, but more of a range below. That's what's holding you up. That's 224. So I'd look at the median at 220. 219.60 is a potential target to the downside. Does this look like a good earning setup? Not great unless you did punch down, and then you could look at the 195s, maybe. I mean, it does have the type of vibes where it could make that happen, but it's a weird one. Levi Stratus. Okay, so you got weird pockets of empty space. I don't have a ton of experience with this one, or its price action. Doesn't look the best, but you do have empty space up to 2140. So if that's what you're looking for, you know, no arguments on the candle close. You just, you know, anytime you're dealing with stocks like this, my main focus is what is below. You know, where's your sign? And that's your sign. Vista. Brother, I don't think I can help you on this one if this is what you're looking at. I just, you know, it's something where I can't pretend to know what that is when the volume, I mean, it's obviously not a widely traded stock. It has very little structure. I mean, you can tell you're coming out of a little base here. I'm not sure if this is the one that you're looking at, man, but none of this doesn't make any sense to me. And that's okay because it, you know, obviously isn't something that I would trade. But if this is the one that you're talking about, it's rough. Mm, all I can say is really $50 is a significant level, but yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to bullshit through that. Let's see. Target. So again, we're looking good. Solid candle close. You got empty space underneath you. The ability to hedge. You need a gap up. Gap up to 107. Pull back. Fill gap. Bounce again. Reverse and head out. Oh my god! I just watched my cat fucking fall out of the windowsill. That was pretty funny. How do you do that, dude? You're the worst. You're like not even a cat. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's tough to say is yes, this could be a bigger box. That's my only concern here. There's no trigger saying unless you close above 106 that, you know, I think one thing that you can take from it is are sellers doing their job? And at the moment, no. So, I mean, you know, Tesla with a nice curl right back up. Damn. Shit, we might be able to get out of Tesla before the end of the day, folks. Give it a minute.
Yeah, it pulled back, but it's going right back up.
Well, let me tell you something about what I'm noticing on this this volume as I watch it. when you dip like that, dip buyers are heavy right now. They're trying to catch the rip. And so I'm actually seeing a retention of IV for the most part. I looked at Levi's and Vista, Danny. The target for Tesla right now is around 312, but I could see, and we're going to determine how that looks here in a minute, but I could see a pullback into this, right? Just to give it a little bit of sideways action to get up. Now, I'd like it if it would make a confluential target, around 312, but that would take, an extra day of price action. So maybe not a day, but
I mean, because like even the 320s, like they went from like 60 cents to 90, and then now
yeah.
they're back down to 60. So it's like it's kind of crazy.
Oh, well, those are a little far. So you said the
Yeah,
three
it is
what?
far, but it's like still
Those
the
those
volume.
aren't Yeah, those aren't going to be heavily traded. Right when you get to 310, anything in the teens, like 315 to 320, those are going to be start to feel a little bit of love. Went to put Brothers Live for 1 minute. Well, goddamn, dude. I was kidding. Um, Vista, dude, Danny, I can't even help you. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I looked at that chart. Nothing about that chart makes any sense to me. If I looked at, the one that I see, Levi, that one, it just I see empty space up to 2140. That's about it. It's got, kind of an inverse setup right now, so I'd be looking up towards 22 to try not to overcomplicate that. All right. MRK. Okay, so that definitely probably sealed it. Let's see. 5 minutes. All right, Merck. Today's high is the candle open in need for a trip up to 87.60. So decent signal on that one. Yeah, yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not you have a decent amount of empty space, I think, all the way to 92, but that's obviously looking at the first floor, which is 87.72. All right. Pep. So again, just looking for a break over today's high. Same thing. Trip 198, 138, and 139 are two targets for tomorrow. CZR. These are entertainment. I think I looked at this one today, or was it today? Yeah. So we're right up against that floor. So if you reclaim that, 33 is your next target. Keep it simple. That's empty space. It does look like nah, never mind. I take it back. All right, let's see here. I think Tesla might end up with a spill, but we'll see. Here's sub 31 at Calva. Yeah, I've had a weird day. It's a good trading day. Dude, if you held Kava, I don't know how many of you have done that. Green slips, if you were a part of that, of course. You guys still have the same target. 93 is going to be the first target. And then, this range at 96.84 should lead you up to 101. And then, we're looking at a monumental play up to 110. But that's going, I think looking at the weekly as well. Look at that. So even if you missed this move up, there's even potential to roll profits into what I'm I'm seeing as a bigger trade. 3 times off the bottom. So I think at minimum, if you can, that obviously is the most important. You have to get past this. That's been universal. So, all right. Axon down. How are the contracts on this thing?
Very expensive, but it does move. But very, very expensive. But I'm thinking next week or 2 weeks out.
What are you looking to
Because
you want to take this down past
past
275?
725. Like I was really aiming for like 639, but there's like structure in between.
I really can't do much with it with the lower time frames, but
Because it rejected really nicely today.
okay, so I think this low of day, this 3 or 734.33, that is the next wave down. Now you are holding underneath 573, but you've I mean, you've gone green here and you're consolidating, so it's yet to be determined. You've got empty space up above you, but yeah, if you can lose, and I would say on the 2 hour, it's going to be 729.77. Yeah, that looks like a decent short all the way to 695, not just 675. So I mean, it definitely has that potential. But I would, again, when you hit the top of a box, or if you're looking for a trade, it's typically going to be determined, like, if you were to ask me, should I take a short at 752 to cost, I don't think that's a good idea, because we know that it's going to bounce, and how it responds will typically dictate, right, what happens from there. But I don't see any reason why this can't simply come down and bounce again. And at that point, you're vulnerable back up to 766. So this is the kind of setup that I would just have to be watching, right, until I'm
Yeah,
ready
just
for an
put on the
entry.
watch list and wait for the
Exactly.
retest.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you
All right.
can position yourself correctly on this one, this one is just calling for more attention.
All right, thank you.
My cons expire 25th. I got to, and I'm up 200%. I only go for 1,000 precision now, thanks to Potter. Well, go for what the Neo jumped. Eh, that's all right. Don't take profit on me now. You'll be selling. You'll hurt my position. Don't hurt me, baby. Don't hurt me. I'd like for Tesla to do that before the end of the day, but XYZ looks like it has a good opportunity to go up tomorrow. I suspect you'll be at 69 by the morning. You're holding onto your floor. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't. That's bounced so many fucking times. I mean, honestly, it's primed for a move. You just gotta get above your daily high, or yeah. Look, you have empty space. This is what we talked about with Pepsi. If you don't lose anything, then chances are you're going to flip it back up. So stay above 68.75 so you don't retrace back down into the 68s. But make it above 68.93, fill up that empty space, and just this little fucker right here would be enough to get you up and out. So 2 weeks, Wayne. Yeah, Cade, that's all you, brother. I fucking hate Gap, and I refuse to trade this inside of this
Yeah.
weekly trash hole. But I did say, somebody asked me about it last week. 2450 is liable to get hit, literally above today's high.
Yeah, I
Or
posted that before I charted it. I
not today's
charted it
high.
and I don't like the way it moves. So
Yeah, it's just that weekly
been a long time
range.
since I played that one.
It's been a long time since I have too. It's crazy because I played it like a fiddle, and then it fucking played me like a fucking fiddle. GSK. Are you trying to fucking kill me? Oh, okay. That's a little bit better. I thought I was on the daily. I don't like that. What's the plan? Want to short it, but it broke. So I'm gonna keep it 100,000 with you, dude. You catch me naked in Vegas before you catch me trading GSK. I could never. The volume. I'm just being 100% honest with you. That's me. Like, yeah. Now going short on it. If this is the right one, I hope I'm looking at the right one. Yeah, this is for America. I'm in Vegas ready for you. Okay, fuck off. That's wild. Anyway, $40.40 is the current resistance. You have a box down below. So if you want to short it, you got to wait for this box down below or wait for resistance to get hit. But I'm gonna be, yeah. This is exactly what I would. I don't care how good empty space. Even this, even if it was a punchback through here to there, like that's not even the way that it moves price wise, the amount, uh, 41 to fucking 43. It's just duty. Um, Perfect. Oh, beautiful. Are you in this with me, Sparkles? Still? Yeah. All right. I'm holding runners into the next week, so. We're just talking shit about Johnson and Johnson today. It has a overhead resistance that it tapped right there. Bam, bam, bam. That's 159.35, and then a pocket of empty space up to 160.65, which would be the target above today's high. Now, whether or not it actually makes it there, you haven't lost too much, but it is fucking Johnson and Johnson. Neo is more of a gamble, folks. I hope everybody knows that, though. I mean, again, I'm aiming, yes, if we even get halfway there, if we get this punch back, there is a technical basis here, always. There's always going to be. But, if we slow grind, like we have before, I want this type of price action. If we get it, then no problem. And it's really low risk, potentially really high reward. So I like that about it. Those are the positives. But it is a absurd move that I am wanting to capture here. Trying to get the 450s and fill up the empty space. That 470 is my target. Just FYI, if I haven't said that already. 450 or 470, and then possibly, maybe touching 488. But
I'll just take 4. Just 4 is fine for now.
450, 450. I don't settle. You know what I mean? If I was a business, you wouldn't, no settlements. Fight you.
I just like to be in the money.
That would be nice though. JPM 24-hour. Hold on 1 second. Candle fill on Neo. Here, Tesla. What are we doing here? Yep. That's okay. It's okay to fall back. Big O gave me the clap. Okay. I'll stop reading the comments.
Whoa.
All right, JPM earnings next week, 7:15. So does it have a great earnings setup? The answer is no, unless you're looking down. If you're looking down, you could be looking all the way to 268. To the upside, I can't tell you, man, because literally it's, a weird ass fucking box, low resistance overhead. Meaning the box doesn't have a lot of volume in it, not a lot of rotations. So if you can break 290 and rip the median, by all means. But for an earnings setup, honestly, the floor looks weak. Kind of would want to short it, but I think shorting it would be better than. Is that all-time highs? Am I tripping? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Great heavens. All right. Damn it. PK. John, so the immediate thing here is the way this thing trades sucks. Now, if you're looking at this for a longer investment, you know, I have to look at it, I think, from the weekly and just call, because when you move slow like this, every move is amounting to more or less a weekly candle. So ultimately, you know, where you're closing and how you're closing, I would say is a lot more bullish. You know, that's subject to change, obviously, a little bit, but you are closing bullishly. And so you're aiming for the first green candle close to your left, and that would be 1235. So on a longer basis, yes, I think there's a position all the way up to 1336. Daily trading type shit, never in a million years. Cart's looking good on the weekly, and from what I can tell, we are above that previous control 24-hour, not quite there, basically at the same exact mark with a box directly underneath us that we curled up out from, and just a range that needs to be reclaimed. And that's exactly what we're fighting for as we literally speak. I haven't moved it. So the next target is 5120, and hopefully we can rip through that 50% mark. That does not promise us a new high, but does promise us 53, 50, 45. Again, that is not a fucking box. That is a box. Okay. So please don't confuse 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's a perfect example. That is a range. That is a box. That is a range. That is a box. All right. Yes. So, Stelio,
Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great.
Great. All right. So, yeah,
That's
we
my
need a
boy.
punch. Huh?
No, my boy Stilio. Sorry.
Multiple touches make a box. Yes. That is a box. That is a range. Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, actually. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a box. Never mind. I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah.
I'm thinking like 2 weeks out
No. Oh, for the whole
for
for the
95.
whole for 95 weeks. Yeah, I think that could work. Looking for a move that looked just like that. Yeah. Yep, you just need to be over the highs. 79.50. Tesla, come the fuck on.
So you would wait until we just reach the
No.
highs of the box?
No.
I was thinking
I'm
about
just
taking this right now.
go for it. Set a stop loss underneath you at 70. Hold on. Fuck it. I wouldn't even say do that. Fuck. Just set a stop loss at 76.36. If it drops down, bounces at 75.75, you can retake it back up. I just want Tesla to go and hit its target before the end of the day so I can trim a little bit more out.
Tesla Garrett, you like it? I mean, I like it above or close above 309.80 to continue going up.
I just want it to hit 312. That's all I want.
Has
That's
anybody looked at Toast? They got earnings on the 5th of August, and Jesus Christ, the consolidation.
Yeah, I've seen that consolidation. I've also been toasted by it. Um that one has to have 311. So like literally the gap fill is the previous floor. So in order for Tesla to be confirmed as bullish, that's where we have to close. All everything else though, I mean, you've closed above everything else you needed to. So I think that if we can gap up above that, you know, that could help a lot. So yeah, TTD looks good. Good structure, good setup right now to go and break over that third top at 77.12. If you gap up above it, you'll likely come back down and fill that gap and use today's end of day box to bounce off of. So, okay, TA. I do want Tesla to go.
This is
right
one of
now.
those ones where you flip the chart, it makes it a little easier to see. I see a bigger move to 83 long term, like a month out, but I was just talking about like a 1 or 2 week.
Yeah.
To the next level.
Look. That makes it way easier. That wall, it's been a huge bam, bam. I mean, it knocks the fucking shit out of that stock. And
I
that's where
actually
you're
already have
pushing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, personally, I'd be looking at 91.34 and that floor right there. So like in between here. So that's like 87, 86. It's not super flat, so it's hard to lay. Yeah, so you can kind of see that when you drop down here. That was like a weird gap down and then rip up where you came down and actually touched the bottom of the box or the top of that box. Come on. I've been a good boy, Tesla.
Okay.
You know, I don't think I've missed on Tesla this year. I don't think I have. I hate it and quit it, dude. Yeah, just thought about that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I mean, again, watch the bottom of the green candles on the 24-hour as stopping points, 93. But yeah, I do see that, you know, potential there. And then you have the box up
Thanks.
above you here. That's 97 as the floor. All right.
Gotta run, guys. Gotta get out of here early today.
Cade running.
I'll holler at you.
That's a joke.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
do
Later.
run.
Later.
Run more than you.
Run from your problems.
I bet you I could beat you in a foot race.
That's a cap. I'll break my hip
No,
just to beat you.
there's no cap.
I could beat you in a foot race, dude.
I don't think so. Let's set it up.
Dude, look at us. We're just two aging men trying to prove that we're not getting
What
old.
about handstand race?
I'm not engaging in this. I did a handstand yesterday for Ellie in the front yard.
Handstand race.
I got you beat
No, we're not. Well, I don't know. I could probably beat you there. That's my strongest attributes is the upper body. Lower body's kind of fucked. So
Can
maybe
you
running on
walk?
my hands might.
I could beat you if we do like 5 seconds of it, or maybe like a second of it.
Have you seen those speed walking races? They're funny as fuck.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I have. PLTR 145.86. You tapped that today. That is your overhead resistance. I think you, like I said before, could continue consolidation, which means you might be experiencing a pullback tomorrow. If you cannot punch through the box that's directly up above you, today it tapped cost basis at 145. That's your trigger. Tell your grandparents to buy Tesla. Elon's not sick anymore. He's better now. Talk about a fucking roller coaster on Tesla, man. I mean, just for Elon. I see 1106. I just see 1106 and then a gap fill.
Don't forget to think about Astro. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's technically your boss. So, I mean, he dates Grimes, mad leftist, free love, and then he starts dating Trump, and now it's the immigrants, and then wait, hold on, no, it's not. I need those immigrants. Keep them here, and then it's like, wait, hold on, you're on the list. It's crazy, you know.
It's a wild TV show we're a part of.
Yeah. This sounds like a fucking plot to a movie. I knew it. Okay, Tesla's setting up to bounce itself up. Look how fast it just fell. So even if it keeps going, fucking hate you, Tesla.
Aren't his children born like they got their papers because they were born here?
I believe.
Both his wives were immigrants when they were.
I don't know about Grimes.
Just checking.
I have no idea. He was having a tism tantrum, dude. All right. HPQ. Listen, 44th. I actually have a contract right now if you want to buy it. One contract on HPQ. Or no, excuse me, I'm fucking tripping out. I'm in HPE. Never mind, you can't have that one. HPQ does have, I mean, it's doing that dumbass consolidation right above, so it punched back, went up, and now it's building. And it obviously needs that. So box it out. You got 2 off the bottom. You had an attempt today. So honestly, man, with the gap underneath you and a little bit of empty space, a healthy trend would pull back, tap that, and then come back up, and we'd be on our way. Am I holding Tesla for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm going to hedge, I think, a little bit with TSLL. Looking at the worst case scenario on TSLL, which would be a return to sender underneath 1087. Basically, I mean, I would be anticipating at least 1050. So I don't know. I'll make a decision here in the next couple of minutes on whether I want to use Tesla itself to hedge itself. But I trust the chart.
Or Qs.
Fuck Qs. Or yeah, it could. Dude, today's I know it didn't like fully work out, but damn, dude, that was such a nasty short on the Qs earlier. Made me happy. Now we filled up every single licking bit of empty space. Look at that, guys. God damn.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at for Qs. Like it's going back down.
So now it's what do we need to lose in order to continue doing that? I think base camp here needs to have an avalanche. And got another one right here. Sneaky. And then that's that floor that we struggled with today. That's 553. So yeah, he'd have to take another crack at that tonight. What did I say? There's level 1.
Right.
How far out did you go on Neo?
I've got 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Next week. I got them all, dude. I'm Ash Ketchum with Neo contracts right now. Cool. All right. SMCI up. Tesla might hit that shit overnight and then fucking open up at like 311. All right, so today, without even looking at this shit, it went up and tapped that exact fucking, basically right on that channel. So now's the time, right? Now's, honestly, seriously, people, you should be watching to see how it responds to today's high, right? Now, every day we measure what is above and what is below. So are we still holding? Technically, kind of, right? Still struggling to kind of definitively put our foot down. You can see on the hourly, you're building a box here. So find the floor of that box, find the seller control underneath that. 49.50 is where SMCI fails. If it can hold up above that, pull back and bounce, and continue to build, then good shit. All right, Tesla, you little fuck. Proud. Yeah. So I'll use the Qs and
What's going on right now?
I don't know.
NQ and Art and IWM are both flushing.
Spies dumping too.
It's just end of day, 10 minutes before close. Usually you
crazy.
see volatility then.
A little bit of push. So worst case scenario on Tesla. I mean, realistically, it's 300. Oh, I'm fucking drained. All right. A-net. That's not a bad bounce today. You really pulled yourself back up. Careful. So that right there, every single time, you're being shoved back. So what do you need to hold? And it looks like all I really see is right around that 105.60 area. F want to gamble this week's contracts, 12s. Whew. So
Buying forward same week contracts on a Thursday is
diabolical.
more risky. Yeah,
But
they're
I
too
mean,
cheap.
if you were, I'd say 12.40. If you're gonna do it, do it. But
Yeah, but you can get next week's for just as cheap. And it's just, to me, it's crazy to take it this week's. I don't do it personally.
come on, Potter, you need to do the J Diamond and balance trade at the end of the day. Oh yeah. What should I yell out?
Dude, he literally gets like 1 cent above, and he's just like, I'm out.
Tesla,
Can we
Apple.
say the Pledge of Allegiance tomorrow before we start?
Oh
We
God.
should.
I'll write my own Pledge of Allegiance.
All right.
Start the cult. What? No. I did look at Levi.
Yeah, you already did.
We are a cult.
Oh, don't say it like that. Creepy. UPS does look cooked. It got yanked back down underneath 103. You sick fuck! Don't you dare do it right now. You're gonna do it right now,
Revenge.
bro. Look at how many times you bounced on Tesla's floor. That's actually diabolical. They're gonna wait till the last very minute of the day. If you have the time for earnings, perhaps. You know, I think today's candle doesn't necessarily doom you. You left empty space up above. You've got a nice little channel that you're operating in. So perhaps even just with a pullback to that channel. What would I call what? I did DKNG. Yeah, that shit has a 44.71 target to blow past, and then I'd be looking at 45.50, and then I'd be looking at 46.50, and then I'd be looking at 47.87. What would I call it? My cult, if I had one? I don't know. Children of Candlesticks? I don't know.
The Potter box is cool. A couple days ago, Cade said this is a cult for sure.
There's no way, dude. There's no Kool-Aid here. I don't ask for anybody's earthly belongings, you know. If you do read the fine print on the website, though, an extra blood droplet included with your sign-up membership does grant you eternal membership. What?
I remember submitting that.
Hey, look where 3D's is doing.
Fucking old man creaking its ass up.
There's Cade. Cade's the one that said this is a cult for sure.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a cult.
Well, I'm a reluctant cult leader then. I don't want this.
You're in denial.
Where's the next meet, Master?
Oh my God. Bathwater.
9 o'clock.
It's been your destiny for this to happen. You know that, Potter.
I don't want it. You've been getting bent over, Supreet? Listen,
Wow.
if someone bends you over, dude, you flip the other way. You flip on your back.
You blow your grape whistle.
And you get them back.
Just to throw this out there,
where's the next meat master is crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah. Right, Kimberly? Kimberly, fucking save me,
It's just
please.
an average Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, Lucid looks fine. It's just bounced today, retest, so look for that tomorrow to try and go curl up. Now, let's see. AAL still sitting up. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, this is one that you know, if you traded it, it's done for just a moment in time. I would say it even has a pretty good setup for a potential punch down into that mark. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. How's my elf play doing?
Elf pulled itself back up.
Yeah,
Closing on top of the box.
it's been great. I actually, Chad knows this too. I love the way that it pulled back. That just lets me know that we'll be up there before too long. It's just a matter of
I
You
still
think
like
you think
130s
that's a good
for
earnings
mixed
play
earnings.
though? Oh,
L.
going.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Neo is pushing. Look at that. Allahu Akbar. That's what I always say. 320. Calm down, Neo. Damn. I don't like my charts do that. What about the layoffs at Microsoft? Is that affecting it? Affecting what? Dude, I don't think I've looked at Microsoft in so damn long. I didn't even know it was up at 500. I really didn't.
Yeah, that was like still at 300 in my mind.
Usually layoffs mean stock goes up.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, that means save money.
It's because we used to have Steve watching it for us all the time.
Without severance, they cut 15,000 people without severance.
And
It's actually crazy. All right,
Wasn't it
ding,
like
ding,
the
ding.
Xbox team or something?
Probably replaced them with AI.
Bro, did you see those $4 calls on Neo where they ended up at?
No, I wasn't looking at the
Yes,
P&L.
10 cent.
No shit,
Bro,
really?
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I watched that happen right at the end.
Oh
It
shit,
just,
I'm
like,
up
spiked.
I'm up 500%.
Yeah.
That's insane.
damn.
Damn, dude. That's fucking actually crazy.
Gee.
I have
Tell me this
25
isn't a
straight
simulation.
18s.
Bro,
I'm
that's
up 200% in 122.
bro, if you just put 250 bucks in this, you'd have 1,500 bucks.
What expiration did you take on those? Because I'm only up like 85%.
I got July 18th.
I got, July 18th, July 25th,
Yeah.
and August 15th, I think.
25th in the 18s.
I didn't pay more than 3 cents for any of them, I don't think.
I paid 2 cent, dude.
No, yeah, I paid 3. Well, I have some that I paid
For
2
these,
cents
it's
on
I paid
next
1.
week's.
Fucking crazy. Welcome. Ooh.
God, I just hope those premiums stay up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's in
Look
that
at
range.
Tesla going for the break in after hours. Dumb bastard. Wait until the bell closes. Fucking Elon ass shit to do right there. All right, we just need to get on StockTwits and just start pumping Neo.
Boss.
That's pretty damn good though.
I think we've got enough members here to push Neil up.
No way. Neo. I took Neo, guys. Yeah, I mean, technically, you could literally pay for the trade and let that shit just go for free. Like, straight up.
Cook closed at $2. That was nice.
Dude, Airbnb, this chart is, I don't know why, but it just makes me, I feel dark thoughts. There's just some negative energy. Ask Ivy, dude. Do the birth chart on Airbnb. I promise, dude. This shit's got darkness in it. Every single moon is inside of the Pluto house, the Scorpion house, or some shit like that. It's crazy. Trust me. Yeah, so I don't see any upwards movement until you're above 142. Surely you know what I'm saying, though, right? Yeah, exactly. Ivy, the buck moon's got Airbnb in this box. You know, that's crazy because the cock-a-doodle-doo moon from last month, dude, that shit was crazy. Surely is. Well, it'd be sick if somebody could shove Saturn up Neo's house or something like that. You know what I mean?
Wow, that picture didn't imagine well for me.
Let me paint a picture in your mind. That's
No, sir, Picasso.
that's true. That's true power right there. We can make a bunch of people think about something they didn't want to, right? Ah, damn. Feel like Stalin. Have you seen her TikTok? Who's TikTok? Shirley's? I didn't even know Shirley had a TikTok. Hey, let me sift through the 89,000 followers real quick. Oh, I actually popped right up. Never mind, I'm lying. Oh, dead ass. No shit. Damn. Oh, you got like a page. Oh shit. I didn't know you're famous like that. Okay, Shirley. Shit. I need a birth chart of Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, that's pretty fire, man. Hell yeah, good job. That's cool, man. I think there's a couple people in here who will have over 500,000 followers. I'm not gonna say any names, but you know who you are, buddy.
Are you talking about my OnlyFans?
Yeah, shh, don't say that word on. All right, God damn it.
You literally. Never mind.
I've never said that.
I'm saying about the other bad word.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off for